My name's Chris Haddix. I've got the good fortune of being the director of the West Virginia University Student Bluegrass and Old Time Band. The band was started in 2014 by our good friend and my colleague Travis Steimling. And when Travis passed a few years ago, we were kind of wondering what the future of the band would be. And the dean and one of the students that was in the band still really wanted to make sure this thing kept going. And I was being moved into this college anyway from the academic transformation. And so I got transformed over to here. So anyway, we've kept it going. So there's been a lot of support from the dean and from the college and from the community, from the alums. So Travis had started a program. Some of you maybe came and saw Kathy Matea over at the Erickson Alumni Center as a master class. Charlie McCoy, great West Virginian who's on every album you've ever heard in your life, probably, if you heard harmonica or trumpet or xylophone or anything else. It could have been Charlie McCoy. And Bill Withers was here. And so there's a fellow named Luke Frazier, and I don't know if anybody knows Luke Frazier. He is a School of Music graduate. I believe Luke's from Parkersburg. And he started the American Pops Orchestra. And you'll see his name on PBS from time to time. And last year, Luke was here. He's a big supporter of the School of Music. And he wanted to meet with me as the director of the band and say, how can I help you? Which is always nice when people who want to open their purses. And I said, well, I'd like to do these master classes that Travis had started and bring people in and expose the students to some really top-notch West Virginia musicians. And so he made a very generous gift that allowed us to bring our main artist in this evening. So anyway, I've just a hand for Luke Frazier for doing that. I did get it's a sold-out show tonight. So if you don't want to be stepped over by latecomers, if you don't mind squishing up a little bit so that maybe they can get in, it's your call. But if some people show up that are a little late, they might be stepping over you to get their seats. So that's one thing. I want to give you a little order of what you're going to hear tonight, because it's going to be a lot of moving parts. And so we've got a bunch of alums. If you ever go out to the Short Story Jam or anything, any jams around town, you see a lot of hot pickers, and a bunch of them were in this band. And so they're going to start out tonight. That was one of the things I talked to Luke, is he wanted to know, how are you keeping the alums involved? And then we're going to have a short little set from the current band members. And we've got a pile of them. We've got, I think, 15 in that group. And then Tim O'Brien and Jan Fabricius, our main act, are going to join them. Then all those people are going to move, and Tim and Jan are going to do a set, and then they're all going to come back out. All right, so there might be some knocking around and stuff like that. So anyway, I appreciate your patience with all the set changes and everything. And Tim and Jan will be selling merch. You walk past the merch table. So after the show, please visit them out there. And they made this trip from Nashville, and they got to head back early in the morning. So let's show them some West Virginia hospitality on that. Tim's from Wheeling, if you didn't know that. So we've got a great connection there. All right, without any further ado, the WVU Bluegrass Alumni Band.
Hello. We're going to start off with Ivan Dirt by Old Bell Reef in the key of G.
Oh, yeah.
Born in the mountains many years ago, climbed these hills and valleys through the rain and snow. Seen the lightning flash, I've heard the thunder roll. I've endured hills and valleys through the rain and snow. I've seen the lightning flash and I've heard the thunder roll. I've endured, I've endured. How long must one endure? I've endured, I've endured. How long must one endure?
Thank you. That was I've Endured by Ola Belle Reed. This next one is Steel Rails, written by Louisa Branscombe and made popular by Alison Krauss. Silence your cell phones, please. Get that out of the way now.
Steel rails, chasing sunshine round the bend, winding through the trees like a ribbon in the wind. I don't mind not knowing what lies down the track, 'cause I'm looking out ahead to keep my mind from turning back. It's not the first time I found myself alone at dawn. If I really had you once, then I'd have you when I'm gone. Whistle blowing lonesome in my mind, calling me along that never-ending metal line. Steel rails, chasing sunshine round the bend, winding through the trees like a ribbon in the wind. I don't mind not knowing what lies down the track, 'cause I'm looking out ahead to keep my mind from turning back. Sun is shining through the open boxcar door, lying in my mind with the things I've known before. I've lost count of the hours, days, and times. Just the rhythm of the rails keeps the motion in my mind. Steel rails, chasing sunshine round the bend, winding through the trees like a ribbon in the wind. I don't mind not knowing what lies down the track, 'cause I'm looking out ahead to keep my mind from turning back. Steel rails, chasing sunshine round the bend, winding through the trees like a ribbon in the wind. I don't mind not knowing what lies down the track, 'cause I'm looking out ahead to keep my mind from turning back. 'Cause I'm looking out ahead to keep my mind from turning back.
Thank you, guys. As Chris Haddix mentioned, this band was started by Dr. Travis Steimling, and we all knew Travis very well, coming up through the WVU Bluegrass and Old Time Ensemble. And every year when a student would graduate, they would always sing a very special song for the student who is leaving, and we're about to do that one for you now in Travis's honor.
someday, my baby, when I am a man, and others have taught me the best that they can, they'll sell me a suit and cut off my hair and send me to work in tall buildings, where it's goodbye to the sunshine, goodbye to the dew, it's goodbye to the flowers and goodbye to you. It's off to the subway, I must not be late, I'm going to work in tall buildings. When I retire, my life is my home. Yeah, I've made all my payments, it's time to go home. To wonder what happened betwixt and between, and I went to work in tall buildings, where it's goodbye to the sunshine, goodbye to the dew, it's goodbye to the flowers and goodbye to you. I'm off to the subway, I must not be late, I'm going to work in tall buildings, I'm going to work in tall buildings.
All right, here comes another pile of folks, about 4 times as many as were just here. So come on out. I'm just going to talk because it's going to take 20 minutes for everybody to fill around together. So this is the current iteration of the Student Bluegrass and Old Time Band. So tear it up, folks.
This is John Ryan's polka. This is Over the Waterfall.
This next song is called Ain't No Ash Will Burn.
about it for all these fine young pickers here? Jan and I are going to join in on one that Hot Rize recorded back in about 1979, I believe. It's called Blue Night. One and two, three.
This next tune is Sally Brown. Yes? This is Sally Brown.
Just give us a second here. We're going to play some of the songs that we play on our normal daily basis. We do this actually for a living. Well, actually, we do this part for free, but we travel for a living. And we're glad we made it last night and without any mishaps, and got to spend the whole day here with the students. Let me get this up a little bit more. And we're going to do some songs that we wrote with a fellow named Tom Paxton. We have a new record called Paper Flowers. Most of the songs we co-wrote with Tom. This is one of those, this is called You Took Me In. Well, I was hungry and you took me in. Yes, I was cold and the food was thin. I was hungry, I was cold, and you took me into the fold. You didn't have to, but you took me in. Well, I was blind and you took me in. I lost my way and I had no kin. I was blind and lost my way. The path I walked led me astray. You didn't have to, but you took me in. You took me in from the rain and snow. I was all alone, no place to go. In heaven above now, they surely know. You didn't have to, but you took me in. Well, I was tired and you took me in. I could take no more when I was lost in sin. I was tired, I could take no more. You made me a pound down on your floor. You didn't have to, but you took me in. You took me in from the rain and snow. I was all alone, no place to go. In heaven above now, they surely know. You didn't have to, but you took me in. I was in prison, and you took me in. Lord, I was shackled, and now I'm free again. I was scorned and I was spurned, every back to me was turned. You didn't have to, but you took me in. You took me in from the rain and snow. I was all alone, no place to go. In heaven above now, they surely know. You didn't have to, but you took me in. Yeah, you took me in. You took me in. You didn't have to, but you took me in. Thank you very much. We're going to do one's kind of a boogie woogie, kind of a road song. You know, when you're on a trip like we had yesterday, we took about 10 hours. We stopped with our dog to let her out and let us out too, every once in a while. But about 10 hours on the road, and you know, the last couple hours, you're really pounding the pavement. You're more tired than you have been, but there's nothing going to stop you those last 2 hours. That's what this song's kind of, the mood of this song's called, Blacktop Rag Mop. Blacktop rag mop all day, hip hop, tear to the Badlands, grooving on the bad bands, non-stop, three chords drumming on the dashboard, gas up, can't stop, blacktop rag mop. Well, I'm Tim, and that's Jan, in case you wondered which was which. And as Chris said, I'm from Wheeling originally, and I'm proud to be a West Virginian where they invented the toothbrush. And everywhere we go, people love it when I sing country music because I'm from West Virginia. And thank God for that little favor. Jan's from the great state of Kansas, and of course it's a very flat place, and when I go out there it's very exotic. We're going to do an old song, an old ballad here, and this is one of those ones where the young couple saying goodbye to one another, pledging their love to each other. He's got to go off to war or to sea or both, and in these old ballads, he comes back about 7 years later and expects her to remember him, and kind of comes up and tests her and sees if she's been faithful. And so let's kind of hide behind the bushes and see what happens as he comes up to the front gate 7 years later. It's pretty fair maid in the garden. 1, 2, 3. very, very much. What's that? So far, I don't need a tuner. You know, maybe I just don't care. No, we tune because you care. We're going to do a song that I wrote back in probably 1979 or so, and it was on the very first recording by a group called Hot Rize, who were very popular in the 1980s, a very good group in bluegrass, and I was part of that group. And we just got inducted into the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame last September. Very exciting. And when you have a bluegrass hit like this one, it doesn't mean you get a lot of money from airplay or anything, or you might get it. You might get it on the radio every once in a while, but really it proves it's a hit when you go walk through the Bluegrass Festival campground and people are playing it around the campfire. And this is called Nellie Kane. 1, 2, and 3. She was living in a lonely cabin with a son by another man. 5 years she had waited for him, as long as a woman can, as long as a woman can. And I don't know what changed my mind. Till then I was a rambling kind of love I can't explain that I had for Nellie Kane. Took me on to work that day to help her till the land. In the afternoon, planted seeds. In the evening, we held hands. In the evening, we held hands. And her blue eyes told me everything a man could want to know. It was then I realized that I would never go. I would never go. And I don't know what changed my mind. Till then I was a rambling kind of love I can't explain that I had for Nellie Kane. Now many years have gone by, the sun has grown up tall. I became a father to him, but she became my all. She became my all. And I don't know what changed my mind. Till then I was a rambling kind of love I can't explain that I had for Nellie Kane. That I had for Nellie Kane. This is where the lab standards MC work would be. Hey, you are all a nice crowd. We'd like to bring you back home with us. I don't think you fit in our tour bus, which is a Volvo. We actually have our road dog with us, Nellie Kane. She's a little Cavapoo year-old puppy. She's back at the hotel chilling, watching TV. do a song that's kind of in the gospel vein, I guess. Not really a gospel, but a message song. And we like a category of gospel song called the guilt-free gospel. This is one of those. This is called Back to Eden. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. The world I really know not as I wish it so far, far from Eden now. Knowing what I know, I wish I could go back to Eden now. Back to Eden, let me right my many wrongs. I wanna go back to Eden, let me once again belong. Everywhere I see we have come to be far, far from Eden now. Knowing what I know, I wish I could go back to Eden now. Back to Eden, let me right my many wrongs. I wanna go back to Eden, let me once again belong. Peace is much more than the absence of war, more than laying down swords. Peace is a song that will last a whole life long. Peace is the mightiest of chords. Anger, war, and hate now, the hour's late, far, far from Eden now. Knowing what I know, I wish I could go back to Eden now. Back to Eden, let me right my many wrongs. I wanna go back to Eden, let me once again belong. The world I really know not as I wish it so far, far from Eden now. Knowing what I know, I wish I could go back to Eden now. I wanna go back to Eden now. All right. When I met Jan, she was a registered nurse. Met her at a bluegrass festival, playing the mandolin and hanging out. And I lured her into the gypsy life of musician. And it's good to have a nurse on the road, I have to say. They used to call her Jansis around the festivals, Jan from Kansas. And we started dating. She moved to Nashville. I started calling her Janesee. And then as of July 31st, 2021, I call her Mrs. O'Brien. Yes, I do. Or sometimes I call her Granny. We're going to do one in the key of D. The last one was in G. We use a lot of the same notes. We put them in a different sequence. It gives that illusion of variety that we're going for. This kind of tells the story of our courtship. When we started to date back in 2011, 2012, I was out on the road, and I'd be missing Jan, so I might see something on a walk in the woods. I might see a feather or something. Hey, maybe Jan would like it that I remembered her and I brought this feather to her. Or on the beach, I found a piece of sea glass, and then I actually bought something once, some paper flowers. bought some paper flowers, thought they would last longer. Eventually, all this stuff accumulated in my suitcase, and I sent it to her, and we still have the paper flowers on a mantelpiece at home. This is called Paper Flowers. Oh, 1 into 2, and oh, you know what to do now. I was out on the West Coast, somewhere singing my song. Bought some paper flowers, real flowers don't last too long. I sent my love to flowers, yellow, blue, and green. One for her and one for me, and one for the miles between. I asked my brother moon, I asked my sister sky, can you give me a reason? Can you tell me why? How'd I get myself out here and leave her way back there? Miss a girl with the true blue eyes and the long strawberry hair. I was singing the old songs that didn't sound right to me. I was singing for money, should have been singing for free. It was just not working, and I knew that for sure. I was singing for strangers, I should have been singing for her. Ask my brother moon, ask my sister sky, can you give me a reason? Can you tell me why? How'd I get myself out here and leave her way back there? Miss a girl with the true blue eyes and the long strawberry hair. I zipped up my suitcase, I caught an eastbound train. Found a seat and I made up my mind, I knew it was time to change her name. The train ride took forever and we rode for hours and hours. But when she met me at the station, she was holding those paper flowers. I asked my brother moon, I asked my sister sky, can you give me a reason? Can you tell me why? How'd I get myself out here? I leave her way back there. I miss a girl with the true blue eyes and the long strawberry hair. I asked my brother moon, I asked my sister sky, can you give me a reason? Can you tell me why? How'd I get myself out here and leave her way back there? I miss a girl with the true blue eyes and the long strawberry hair. I was out on the West Coast, somewhere singing my song. Bought some paper flowers, real flowers don't last too long. Thank you. Thank you all very, very much. We're going to do a song now that we wrote with Mr. Paxton and another one. And it's a pleasure to write with him. It's like we meet on Zoom because he discovered Zoom during the pandemic and has not looked back. And we have a regular Wednesday appointment if we can make it, Wednesday afternoons. And he got on one afternoon and he said, you know, I've been wanting to write this song all week. It's been driving me crazy. I said, well, lay it on us. Tell us what it's about. He said, well, it's about a guy who's crazy about his wife. He just loves her to death, but all he does is complain about her.
Didn't take him very long to write it, but
Yeah, it was really easy for us to write. But so we wrote this song, and we figured like we had a pretty good song. After a couple hours, we said goodbye. In the morning, Jan and I were drinking coffee and listening to the guitar voice demo we had made the afternoon before, and Jan had a little comment.
I said I need a rebuttal. So the part that I sing, Tim and I wrote the next day, and some of it's true and some of it's not.
A 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3 and. She can't cook, she won't clean house, she drinks up all of my wine. She gets tight, she's ready to fight. Lord, I love this gal of mine. She got word about a little bird that I see from time to time. Now look at me sleeping up in a tree. Lord, I love this gal of mine. Well, I love this gal of mine, God knows. Everybody knows how this show goes. Takes a little work, it takes a lot of time. She does me wrong, but she suits me fine. Just like I love the fruit of the vine. Lord, I love this gal of mine.
He hangs at the bar, he never washes the car. He listens about half of the time. He ignores my needs, smokes all of the weed. Lord, I love this man of mine. His clothes don't match, he forgets to shave. His shoes have never been shined. Well, it's not just that he's getting fat. Lord, I love this man of mine. I love this man of mine, God knows. Everybody knows how the show goes. Takes a little work, takes a lot of time. Does me wrong, but he suits me fine. Just like I love the fruit of the vine. Lord, I'm glad he's mine.
Now, every time she goes to town, she comes back dressed so fine.
Oh, yeah.
Then I know it's goodbye to my dough. Lord, I love this gal of mine.
His family came to stay last week. They numbered 109. They spent all our cash and left a pile of trash. Lord, love this man of mine.
Ah, but you're my gal.
You're my man, God knows.
I know. Everybody knows how this show goes. Takes a little work,
Takes a lot of time.
make you do me wrong.
But suits me fine.
Just like I love the fruit of the vine. Lord, I'm glad you're mine. Well, I love this gal,
I love this man,
and I'm so glad you're mine. One night I couldn't sleep, and instead of just trying to hide a cell phone under the blanket and read, I went downstairs in the music room and wrote a little song. And the sun was coming up, and I had it all pretty much ready. Made some coffee and brought it up to Jan. This is the song "Here With Me." The fog is lifting, and I can almost see the path is narrow. That's where I wanna be. You're here beside me. I know you had a choice, and I am thankful to touch your hand and hear your voice, and just to have you here with me. Sometimes I'm blind, sometimes I just don't hear. I can't feel your touch, and I'm frozen up with fear. it's always changing, and I can't ask for more. Well, I hear a freight train, the darkness fades today, and when you wake, love, I'll have these words to say. I'll bring you coffee, and I'll have you here with me.
Way back there.
Yes, it's off stage. Guess what? It's fiddle time. Don't worry, this won't take long. You know how to tell the difference between a fiddle and a violin, probably. You don't spill beer on violins. We're going to do a tune. It's kind of inspired by fiddle tunes. We played a few earlier tonight with the students of lovely music. You kind of collect fiddle tunes, kind of like postage stamps. Each one's slightly different. Some of them come from exotic locations. They have a little beautiful bits of art, and they're in miniature. And if you're like us, you know, you might be doing the dishes or taking the trash out or working in the garden, and in your head's going. And when you're like that, you're having a diddly-eye day. And every day is a diddly-eye day for us. And I wrote this song with the late, great Ronnie Bowman. And we love Ronnie. It's a great, incredible loss to the community, and one of the sweetest guys. And one day we were writing, and I said, well, I don't really have anything to do. I'm just kind of going diddly-dee. He went, wait a minute, keep playing that. And then we wrote this song called Diddly-Eye Day. 1 and 2 and 3. Well, I hear the rooster crow, a caffeine up, and here I go. Lord, I pray it's a diddly day. I've got me a list of 100 dues. I reach down and tie my shoes. I'm on my way. It's a diddly day. Diddly day. Diddly, oh, diddly, diddly, whistle, diddly, say, diddly, middle of the fiddle I play. It's a diddly day. Cool my feet down in the creek, whittle a while on the hickory stick, sing a little lick, 'cause it's a diddly day. I walk the dogs, flop the hogs, and I might even saw some logs just because it's a diddly day. Diddly day. Diddly, oh, diddly, hey, diddly, whistle, diddly, say, diddly, in the middle of the fiddle I play. It's a diddly day. Get your banjo, sing me a song, pass around that demijohn, dance a step to old Lost John. Diddle-I, oh, diddle-I, hey, diddle-I whistle, diddle-I say, diddle in the middle of the fiddle I played. It's a diddle-I day. Well, I like cornbread, I like beans, I like hanging in the bluegrass scene, 'cause every day it's a diddle-I day. Diddle-I day. I left you on the lurch there. I made up a new arrangement of that song there as we played it. That was my contribution to originality this evening. We're going to do some fiddle tunes from here in West Virginia. I learned these from, the first one I learned from Tim Bing, I believe it was. It's called Waynesboro. And the second one, I'm not sure where I learned it, called Shaking Down the Acorns. I think they're Hammond's family tunes. And here they go. They go something, but not exactly like this. One and two and 1, 2, 3. Set list here. We have a song about neighbors, and neighbors are a great asset when you go away on a road trip or something. They can tell you if during the ice storm, if the trees have crashed into the roof of your house, that kind of thing. They can bring in your mail. And, that we can borrow a cup of sugar from them. It's also good to have a fence between you and your neighbors. And, you know, you've seen The Simpsons, and sort of Ned Flanders is kind of your typical neighbor. You just you have to live with them. And we actually have good neighbors. But this is a song about neighbors. It's called Cup of Sugar. My neighbor plays his music for our whole neighborhood. Wouldn't really mind the volume if his taste was any good. He said he saw me on the TV, said he kinda liked my song. I'll be honest, it surprised me, maybe he's not always wrong. And I try to pick my battles, don't want to start a war. If I need a cup of sugar, I'll knock on my neighbor's door. I see him out a lot more often, now the weather's nice again. People ever saw us talking, they might even think we're friends. In 20 years he's been my neighbor, still don't know what makes him tick. One rule I know to follow, don't bring up politics. And I try to pick my battles, don't want to start a war. If I need a cup of sugar, I'll knock on my neighbor's door. We watched our kids grow up together, call them in when it got dark outside. I loaned him my tools, we swam in his pool, brought casseroles when somebody died. Now my neighbor's on vacation on some western tourist trail. I'll cut his grass when it gets tall. I told him I'd take in his mail. And in this world there's lots of trouble, doesn't matter where you are. Jesus said to love your neighbor, but you don't have to go that far. And I try to pick my battles, don't want to start a war. If I need a cup of sugar, I'll knock on my neighbor's door. I'm gonna walk around the fence between us, won't go running to the store. If I need a cup of sugar, I'll knock on my neighbor's door. I think we got time for another song before we bring the rest of the crew up, and we're going to do one that I wrote back in just as the pandemic was starting to ease a little bit. Well, it's still really going on. It's dedicated to the late great Congressman John Lewis from the state of Georgia. He was a civil rights pioneer, and he was a very simple and direct and effective person, and he made his whole life's work, making the world better for us all. And after he died, I found out that he had this motto, this sort of axiom that he lived by: "When you pray, move your feet," which is an African proverb meaning put your thoughts and prayers into action. And he did that, and we want to sing this one for you. and then we'll make room for more musicians. When you pray, move your feet. When you pray, move your feet. Bring it love to the people you meet. Get out your chair, walk the street. When you pray, move your feet. It feels like lightning in your hand. When you reach out and help your fellow man. It's stronger, stronger the more you do. Each and every time you follow through. So when you pray, move your feet. Bring it love to the people you meet. Get out your chair, walk the street. When you pray, move your feet. Well, I tell my lover everything I know. I take her with me everywhere I go. It's understood that we're hand in hand. Means much more when we take a stand. Well, true love travels from heart to heart. It's always there when you're ready to start. Up along a steep and a winding road. Love's gonna help you to lift that load. So when you pray, move your feet. Bring it love to the people you meet. Get out your chair, walk the street. When you pray, move your feet. When the hard winds blow, the clouds rain down. You gotta move your feet and make a joyful sound. Well, the Lord is listening to watching too. He'll keep you safe and he'll push you through. John Lewis is gone, his words ring on and on and on. Clap your hands, help me sing his song, Good Trouble. Move your feet, 'cause we can't stop till we reach that mountain top. So when you pray, move your feet. Bring it love to the people you meet. Get out your chair, walk the street. When you pray, move your feet. When you pray, move your feet. Bring his love to the people you meet. Get out your chair, walk the street. When you pray, move your feet. All right, we're going to bring out the rest of the folks out here. Most of the rest of them.
Hello again. Everybody give another hand for Tim and Jan. So a lot of us have had a really fun day of spending time with Tim and learning all sorts of stuff from Tim and jamming as well. And at one point, Chris pointed over at me and said, "Mary, you sing You Were on My Mind this morning, right?" by Tim O'Brien. And he made me sing it on the spot in front of Tim O'Brien, and I haven't sung it in like over a year. And now we have to perform it, so bear with me. Ready?
He wanted to get something.
No, he's fiddle started.
All right.
Are we doing Big Sadie? Yeah. All right, Big Sadie. Is somebody kicking us? You are.
Tim O'Brien, Jan Fabricius, the West Virginia University Bluegrass and Old Time Band. Thanks, folks. Thanks for coming out.